Now, there are some things that you're going to do wrong, so let's have a quick look at them. If your card looks like this, or perhaps this, or this, you're doing something wrong. Let's look at this one first. You put the wax onto the iron correctly. Put the colour down the edge correctly. You hold the card correctly. You put the iron on, the tips reach the edge, so you start going back. But the wax didn't really get to the edge. Look, there's gaps here. So when you do this, you must go right the way over. See how far the iron is actually off the card. Half of the iron is now off the card. So make sure that you do that. Back and over again. What you're looking to get is this firm line all the way across. That's going to be your horizon line. These ones here are simply caused when you don't use enough wax. So normally I should have this much wax on. Let's take a little bit off with a tissue now, so we haven't got enough. And see what happens here. You put it on, you hold it correctly, go right the way over. It's starting to look dry and scratchy, can you see? This can also happen if your iron's too hot, all this sort of scratchiness, fuzziness. So make sure you use sufficient wax. And the way to get out of that one is just to put more wax on. It's never too late to do that. So melt the colour on, green, brown, hold the card at the top, just pick it up where it went wrong, and push this around, just as like butter on a piece of bread. And you're the boss here, don't get controlled by the wax, you control it. So you can always add more colour. The other thing that can go wrong is that you get smudginess up here. And that can happen, I'll just dry the edge off. When there's insufficient wax on the iron. So basically it's dry, but it's still a little bit dirty, and it's cleaning itself off onto the card here. Again, a way to get rid of that is to take fresh colour onto the iron, put it back onto your card, and just push it up so that you hide that part that's interfering with what you wanted. And you're back to your landscape again. Now there are some other things you can do wrong. Remember the arc marking, edge marks from the iron. You lift it, and you dab it like this, just spring the things together, and you get nice natural effects. With the grasses, you should use a short cutting line like this. Do that straight to you. Now if you let the iron skid sideways, you get these big fat marks, which you don't want. What's happening here is that the iron is sliding, you're pressing too hard. If you're used to ironing, that might happen. You've got to use it more like an ice skid. It cuts through where it wants to go. And let me just show you the bird problem. I was just showing you how to put all that right. Just go over it again, don't worry about it. Remake it, and we'll join these glasses up so they look okay. And now the birds. Well, let me take this piece of card here and show you that first. When you make the birds, use the tip of the iron and make a spot. Now the size of that spot determines the size of the bird. And if you've still got wax on the tip of the iron, like you may have here, it's a good idea to clean in between. So now when I go back to this spot, I can make my bird, and I know that no more wax is going to glob onto it because the tip's clean. So the size of the spot determines the size of the bird. Some people find it quite hard to actually use the iron like this because you're working all the way from your shoulder right down to the tip of the iron. So what to do in that case is to turn the iron upside down and hold it like a huge pen. So once you've got it in your hand like this pen, you can just take the tip, make your spot, clean it off. Beware, because wax can dribble out from inside the iron. Down these grooves here, wax gets inside the iron, it'll dribble out. But once you've done this, very easily, you can make the correct bird. So, once you've sorted all those problems out, you'll be making these nice landscapes in no time at all. And it's worth putting in the practice, because once you've done this, you've cracked it.